right, good morning, gentlemen. Let's see if we can get through this video without any mistakes. So, good morning and welcome to Go Condition 1. My name is John and I've been meaning to put out this video for a while now. I'm a U.S. Marine combat veteran with a background in U.S. foreign policy and have worked within the IT industry for many years. The purpose of this channel is to prepare men to go Condition 1. To go Condition 1 is to be prepared to handle life's catastrophes and to be the man that people can rely on and look to as a beacon of strength and hope when the storms of life hit. To have the capability of controlled, violent aggression, but to be able to keep that under control. To fire on all cylinders and putting your time and energy to good use while utilizing the resources you have at your disposal. And most importantly, to do what's within your capability to alleviate unnecessary suffering in this world. This is our goal, for it is better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. This initial video is to simply start, to stop overthinking, stop overanalyzing, and simply begin. I have made multiple excuses to delay this video, and now I am forcing myself to start. There are a lot of men out there, including myself, that need to get away from our paralysis by analysis and simply execute. That being said, I'm here to tell you that you are not alone. The burden you carry is heavy, but the Lord has given you broad shoulders to endure and sturdy legs to press forward. I have good news and bad news. The bad news is the world has always been full of trials and tribulations, and the times we live in are no different. This will never change. The good news, Christ is King, and we can make a difference both in our own lives and within our local communities. Wherever you are in this world, you can alleviate suffering and have a positive impact on your immediate surroundings and your local community. In the Marine Corps, we used an acronym for continual positive progression to push forward. This was used whether for combat purposes or professional development. But for now, let's focus on personal development. And this is the infamous OODA Loop. The OODA Loop is an acronym that stands for Observe, Orient, Decide, Act, and then Loop. The loop is to loop back in a continued cycle to repeat the aforementioned steps for the purposes of evaluation and to observe progress. This is a continuous cycle to be executed as required. The OODA Loop provides a structured process to quickly assess a situation, interpret it based on experience and context, to choose a course of action, and to execute said course of action. By cycling through these steps rapidly, you can respond to dynamic threats faster and make more informed decisions. Each step must be executed in a truthful manner in order to proceed to the next step. This process will break down and not produce an optimal outcome if we do not execute each step in a hyper-truthful manner. The OODA Loop cycle is scalable and can be fit into almost every situation. Whether you are looking to cut costs and save money, to take the first steps in improving your health, or to change industries or change careers. Let's look just a simple personal example. For Observe, you want to look at noticing the job market and the job market trends, as well as your personal strengths, whether that was knowledge gained from school, discipline from military service, or tangible assets that you have on hand that could be used to start a business. Next, with Orient, you will reflect on how these observations align with your goals and how they can be stepping stones to make positive progress. An example would be you already have the basic understanding of a computer language that you could use to build a career in tech, or other pre-existing skills that can be applied to another field. Then with Decide, you're going to choose to enroll in a coding boot camp in order to pursue an education within the tech industry, or you're going to focus on education within the trades or other professional certs. You're going to have to make that decision yourself based on the information that you have available. Next, we have ACT. With ACT, you're going to start the course, execute said education, get experience, and network with local professionals in order to take the first steps in obtaining your end goal. And then with Loop, you're going to loop back to observe progress, and to see what you need to do to adjust. For this video, though, we're going to be discussing the first step of observation. First, let's start by creating a baseline and observing what our immediate surroundings are. Literally, where are your feet located? And I don't mean at the end of your legs. Where are you in life? Are you getting ready to start your final year of high school or university? Are you in the middle of a 5-year stint serving in your nation's military? Are you preparing to enter the job market? Are you looking to begin an exercise regimen to improve your health? Or are you brainstorming how to improve your career or life situation? We are hunters, and our eyes are positioned directly on the front of our face, so we can focus and observe what is directly in front of us. Let us use this to our advantage, as our ancestors did for countless millennia. Observe where you are and take account of your situation. The first step is a major milestone, and you must be truthful, both with yourself and truthful about where you are in life. Now is not the time to delude yourself, nor begin a journey based on lies or self-deception. As in archery or firearm target practice, you must observe your target, properly adjust your position, and aim true in order to strike the bullseye. This concept is applicable in our lives, as we will fail to hit our goals if we do not properly observe our immediate surroundings and establish a truthful baseline. We can start small with observing where we are and create a baseline for positive progression. Take a few minutes and reflect on what you could do that would immediately improve your life. Stop watching porn. Slow down on the drinking and smoking. Do you need to get outside and go for a walk? Do you need to practice proper hygiene on a daily basis, or stop consuming illegal narcotics? Do you need to hit the gym and lift weights? Do you need to eat more lean meat and fresh vegetables and get away from processed fast foods? Or do you need to spend more time with your children and your loved ones? Or do you require professional certificates to improve your career? Or do you just need to stop wasting money on useless slop? Within a few minutes of quiet reflection, you will immediately observe areas that require improvement. And this is a great place to begin. Deep down, you know areas within your life that require improvement. And the absolute blessing is that you have the ability to make these changes today, starting now. Incomplete information may be an issue, but we must do our best with the information we have available to complete this first step of observation. A 70% solution executed now is better than a 100% solution executed too late. Even if you are 18, time is of the essence. Simple daily improvements will provide positive dividends in the future. You do not want to wake up one day to realize that you have wasted opportunities and life has passed you by. This concept of observation and creating a baseline applies to young men in high school as well as older men constructing a retirement plan. It takes personal effort of time and energy to take these concepts and apply them to your situation. Within this first observation cycle is also taking into account the resources we have at our disposal. In most cases, time and money are going to be the major factors, but personal effort will be the determining linchpin. We have to put in the work. Time and money to execute a professional certificate to improve one's career, or personal effort to execute preparation through courses and books in order to prepare for a licensing exam. Time and money to pay for a monthly gym membership in order to get to better health. And if you have no money for a gym membership, roger that. Pack a backpack with sandbags and hit the trails to go rucking. Even if you have limited assets, something is better than nothing. Take account of your strengths and what benefits you and what you have at your disposal. Think of this OODA Loop cycle as jumping from stone to stone in a river, and each jump is a positive progression, and each step is a small improvement to your life situation. Each step will add up, and over time, you will see massive improvements. Once we complete our first observation cycle and establish a baseline of where we are, then we can move to the next step of orienting ourselves towards the end goal. Great men do not simply wake up one day and find themselves as the vice president of a company or a highly educated medical surgeon. And they don't wake up one day to find themselves the owner of a successful construction firm. They begin early in life, taking stock in their situation, and took the daily steps necessary to improve their situation, as well as making sacrifices to accomplish their goals. So let's use our time wisely. At the end of this discussion, I would recommend you take a few minutes to pause and begin the observation process to discover where you are and what you can do to begin making positive progression in your life. Hit the like button, and in the next few videos, we will continue with the rest of the OODA Loop cycle. But for now, both you and I need to simply start and execute the first steps of taking account, creating our baseline, observing our surroundings, and to begin to orient ourselves onto a constructive path forward. Men, you are not alone. Lean upon the teachings of Christ and make factual observations of areas within your life that require improvement. The Lord has blessed us with a limited time upon this earth, so let's pick up our burden and press forward. I'll see you in the comments section, and until next time, peace be with you as we prepare to go condition 1.